Hey, what's going on, YouTube? My name is Darth and welcome to episode 3 of the Brotherhood of the Force. I apologize for getting this on so late. With all the happenings going on in the world of wrestling, and of course the Olympics. This got pushed back a little bit, but we are back to our regular rotation. So, with that in mind, this is my weekly podcast pertaining to all things Star Wars, and today we are speculating on the upcoming canon novels. Star Wars Rebels Season 3, Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, and Star Wars Episode 8, and of course, some early speculations on the Han Solo spin-off film. With that in mind, if you are watching live, sit back and relax and enjoy the show. If you have any questions, you can hit me on Twitter at Alan216Dempsey or on Facebook under my real name, Alan Dempsey. Having said that, let's get started. Let's start with the upcoming canon novels, of which there are several new ones coming in the next several months. Of course, you got Star Wars Ahsoka coming in October. Either November, December will be Star Wars Catalyst, a Rogue One novel. In January, it will be Star Wars Aftermath, Empire's End. And in April, you got Star Wars Thrawn. I will do my best to speculate what we might read in these 4 books. So with that in mind, let's start with Star Wars Ahsoka. And with Ahsoka, I think you're going to see a bit of a prequel to the Rebels series, like with A New Dawn, where you find out what she's been doing since the last time we saw her in Clone Wars and her big reveal in Star Wars Rebels. You're going to see what kind of friendships she's made and whatnot. You're going to probably see her being in contact with Yoda, with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I think that's going to be pretty much the gist of it. Maybe there's a little bit of a love story involved in that novel. I don't know for sure, but it's just speculation on my part. As far as Star Wars Catalyst or Rogue One novel, I think it's just going to be a lot of character backstories on the main characters in the movie. Probably some larger appearances by Mon Mothma and Senator Bail Organa, and probably more training of Darth Vader and the dark side. As far as Star Wars Aftermath, Empire's End, I think that's going to be mostly centered on the Battle of Jakku and the First Order forming in unknown space, and the New Republic building up going into Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Now, Star Wars Thrawn, my speculation is that they're going to re-intro the character, and then they have a little bit of an origin story in there, as well as filling in little bits of story when you don't actually see him on Star Wars Rebels. Let's move on to Star Wars Rebels Season 3. But before we do that, let me feed up my Twitter feed so I can see if there's any questions from you guys. Seems like so far nothing. Okay. I'm going to check Facebook real quick also, and then I'll get into Star Wars Rebels Season 3. Nothing. Okay. Okay, we're going to get into Rebels Season 3 then. Rebels Season 3 is coming up starting September 24th, so a month from now. And it appears there is a major time jump. Ezra looks older and more experienced in the Force. Kanan looks older and a little more doubtful. At least this is what I'm seeing in the trailer, so I'm going to give you my personal observations, then my speculations. Everyone appears to be gearing for war, which, well, we've got Rogue One coming in December, so makes sense. I will do my best to speculate who dies, who switches sides, and what Ezra's fate is, as well as the path he chooses. I will also speculate many Rogue One characters are introduced in Star Wars Rebels. That being said, Kanan is for sure going to live through Season 3. I see no reason why there should be an end to his story in this season. Ezra is going to not only survive, but he's going to eventually come to his senses and realize that the dark side is the wrong path to take to gain absolute victory against the Empire. Sabine, by all accounts, I think is going to lead the Ghost Crew to take over the title of Mandalore. And pull the Mandalorians away from the Empire to help serve the rebellion. Hera, she's going to survive. And she's going to continue to be one of the leaders of the Ghost Crew. Rex, we all know he's going to live because he's seen in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi on Endor. Wolf will probably end up dead at the hands of a returning Commander Cody. And Commander Gregor, or Captain Gregor, is going to die also at the hands of Commander Cody. Agent Callus, because he's got a bond with Zeb, is going to switch sides and join the Ghost Crew to replace Sabine. And Ahsoka, I think, is going to have a behind-the-scenes role on Rebels. She may make a few appearances here and there to counter Thrawn. Thrawn's going to live through Season 3. There's no reason to bring him back for fan service and then kill him off in Season 3. That would be stupid. And if what I'm hearing from Freddie Prinze Jr., they're already working on Season 4 of Rebels. At least that's what I was guessing. I heard his interview with Dash Star. Who does that leave? Hondo. Hondo's going to join the Ghost Crew after being rescued from prison. And I think that covers the main characters. Darth Vader may make a few appearances in season 3, but I don't think he's going to be the main antagonist. Your main antagonists are going to be Maul and Thrawn this year. Now, that being said, are there any Rogue One characters that could possibly make an appearance in Rebels, especially closer to Rogue One? I would like to say maybe Mon Mothma and Bail Organa for sure could make a few appearances. Leia for sure is probably going to make a few appearances. She's not Rogue One per se, but Leia could make a few appearances towards the middle of season 3. I doubt they're going to intro any of the main characters from Rogue One because there's really no reason to it. We know enough about them from the trailers that there's really no reason to. So let's move on to Rogue One after I check Facebook and Twitter again. Okay. First of the anthology films, Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, releases in December. This is the film I am looking forward to, no doubt. I will do my best to speculate on the fates of all the main characters in the movie. And I do plan on seeing this movie at least 4 times in theaters. So, with that in mind, Jyn Erso, played by Felicity Jones. I think she's going to survive. And she's going to make an appearance in another feature spin-off movie. Or it'd be nice to see the surviving characters from this movie go on to do a movie set between Star Wars Episode 4 and Episode 5. Jyn, of course, your lead female. And I think she's going to be not only surviving this movie, but she's going to be your standout character in this movie. Diego Luna as Cassian Andor. I think he's going to survive, and he's going to form a permanent partnership with Jyn Erso. And they could come back for a future spin-off film set between 4 and 5, or even a spin-off film set after 6 based on the Battle of Jakku. Now, that would be kind of cool. Ben Mendelsohn adds Orson Krennic, and I hate to say it, but Krennic's going to die. Darth Vader's going to do to him like he's done to every Imperial officer that has failed him in the Star Wars original trilogy. He's going to force choke him to death. Or no, better yet, I would like to see him behead Orson Krennic. Now that would be awesome. Donnie Yen as Chirrut Imwe survived. And I think you're going to see a Chirrut Imwe origin movie made, which would be awesome. I love Donnie Yen, and I just think that he's going to steal the crowd's hearts. I think you're going to see him move on past this movie. Matt Mikkelsen is Galen Erso, Jin's father. I think he's going to survive. He's going to get rescued by the rebellion, and he's going to move on to do more than a few missions for the rebellion, maybe even developing some of their technology. K2SO, played by Alan Tudyk. He's a droid. You can't really kill droids. He makes it out of this movie. And I guarantee you at some point they're going to do a droids movie with C3PO, R2D2, and K2SO. And that would be kind of cool to see the three of them doing missions for the rebellion. Riz Ahmed is Bodhi Rook. I think he's going to die. He's gonna get himself killed by stealing an Imperial TIE fighter and getting shot down. I love Riz Ahmed, but I just don't see him making out of this film alive. John Wen as Baze Malbus. Baze, I think he's gonna die during the mission. Gonna get killed by a stormtrooper, and it's going to be upsetting, but I just don't see him making it alive. Forrest Whitaker is Saw Gerrera. Dead. It would be a fitting end to the Saw Gerrera character to have him go full circle, confront Darth Vader, and die by Darth Vader after they worked together during the Clone Wars. So that's that. Next, we got Star Wars Episode 8. But before I get there, again, check my Twitter and Facebook. Got nothing. Okay, so with Star Wars Episode 8, I know this movie is not due out for another 17 months, but I would like to do some preliminary speculations on the film. I will do these more in depth next July when we are like 5 months out at that point. So, with that being said, Mark Hamill, my initial speculation is that Luke Skywalker will not only make it out of Star Wars Episode 8 alive, but he will be leading Rey, Finn, Poe Dameron, and a redeemed Kylo Ren, aka Ben Solo. Carrie Fisher's General Leia Organa, twin sister to Luke, is going to survive. And she's actually going to train under her son to become a Jedi. My personal speculation, I know nothing, but I think that would be cool to see. Adam Driver's Kylo Ren not only makes it out alive, but is redeemed by Luke the way Anakin was, and helps to rebuild the Jedi Order again. Finn, no wait, Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, is going to start her path to becoming a Jedi in this film, but she will not officially become a Jedi Knight during this film. It's going to happen in Episode 9, I feel it. Finn, played by John Boyega, is definitely going to survive because he's your leading male in this trilogy, and I feel like it would be stupid to kill him off now. And I have a feeling that it's going to be proven that he has Force potential and that he could become a Jedi in either Episode 8 or Episode 9. Poe Dameron. I think we're going to find out that with Poe, not only is he Force sensitive, but he is actually a hidden Jedi Knight like Luke is the Jedi Master in this movie or in this trilogy. Uh, Maz Kanata, played by Lupita Nyong'o. I think she's gonna join the Resistance full time because she is a friend of Han's and Chewbacca's, and now Chewbacca's joining the Resistance with Leia, so it just makes sense that Maz joins. General Hux, played by Domhnall Gleeson. I want to say he survives this movie and is given another chance to succeed. But in my heart, I think that Snoke is going to kill him off for his failure at Starkiller Base. So I'm going to speculate that he dies. Captain Phasma, played by Gwendolyn Christie. Again, I think she's going to get off by Snoke because of her failure at Starkiller Base and being forced to lower the shields that led to the destruction of Starkiller Base. So I think she's gone too. Supreme Leader Snoke, played by Andy Serkis. I hate to say it, but he's going to survive one more movie, and he's going to get the final end in Episode 9. Benicio del Toro's character. I want to say that he's a protagonist. I don't know anything about his character. I don't even have a name, but I want to venture to say that he's going to be a protagonist, as is Laura Dern and Kelly Marie Tran. And I think Kelly Marie Tran's character is going to be a love interest for Finn. Chewbacca, he's going to survive Episode 8. He's going to go into Episode 9. None. I think he's going to die in this movie. Give him that final heroic death that a lot of fans of Episode 6 feel he deserves. Admiral Akbar, I think he's going to end up getting offed in this movie and give him the heroic end to the character that fans feel he deserves. Lieutenant Connix, played by Billy Lord. She'll live. And Unkar Plutt, I think is going to die at the hands of Chewbacca. Jimmy V, playing R2-D2, is going to have a big part in bringing Luke home. And that's it. Now, the Han Solo anthology film. I know this movie is not due out until May of 2018, but I would like to do some preliminary speculations on this film. I will give speculations on Han, Chewbacca, and maybe what they have been up to. And I think in this movie is where Han and Chewbacca actually meet and become permanent partners on the Millennium Falcon. So that's that. That's the only thing I can really say at this point. I'll be doing speculations on the Han Solo film next July, when we are about 18 months out. So with that in mind, This has been another episode of the Brotherhood of the Force. For those of you who have been watching live, I want to thank you. I got another episode next week. Same time, same station. If you liked it, of course, leave a like to help the channel. Also, make sure to subscribe for more Star Wars themed content. There's going to be a shit ton going up in the next couple of months with the weekly podcast, Rebels reviews, movie reviews, and of course, my canon novel reviews. Also, make sure to leave a comment on the video. If you haven't watched this live, I will respond when I see them. If you get me 100 subscribers, I will do an honor review of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Thanks for the support, and may the Force be with you guys. This has been Darth Vicious, and I am out.